Hey everybody, it's Christine, and today I am up with a new layout using Simple Stories Indigo Gardens. And this is actually my last layout as a member of the creative team for Simple Stories. I have, as you have seen and noticed, stepped back quite a bit from scrapbooking to work on my cookie decorating business. And so I decided not to reapply this year, even though I love their product, even though it's my favorite to work with. It was time to take a break. So I did that, but I'm not going to say it wasn't really hard to do because, as I said, I absolutely love their product. So this was a really difficult decision for me and one that I definitely had to pray about. Now, all that said, I am going to have a recap video coming up of some of my favorite Simple Stories projects, and I am still with the scrap room, so I am still going to be around scrapbooking, just a little more just for me and not for creative team experiences aside from the scrap room. So, this one, what a collection to finish with, seriously. Just absolutely stunning collection. I love navy blue. I always have, and that navy blue combined with pink is just phenomenal. So this paper is kind of one of those ready-made background papers, and so with those, I always like to look at them and say, what can I do that's a little bit different with it? So what I decided to go ahead and do was to use my craft knife and just trim out a little bit of the inside of that wreath. And what I'm going to be able to do then is tuck my picture into the wreath, so it looks like the picture is coming out of the wreath. And so it's going to be a single photo layout. This one of my daughter I thought worked really well. Obviously, with all the florals, vintage feel, etc., this has a very strong feminine feel to it. And so I went with my daughter. Thank goodness I've got that daughter, because, man, some of these would be hard to make work for a boy. So tucking that in, you can see how that already looks really nice. But it's not quite there yet. I need to do something to make it pop a little bit more. So now, pulling out the coordinating cardstocks with this collection, I am going to go ahead and make use of this one in particular to back my photo. So this one is a yellow with a tinge of green-gray to it, kind of a weird color, but I really like the way it looks with this patterned paper in particular. So I trimmed my photograph down just a little bit more, and then I am going to use this cardstock as a long stripe to mat underneath the photo. Again, taking that ready-made look and adding to it to make it unique, to make it my own. And I like the way that this really makes the photo become even more of a focal point. Gorgeous paper, but you never want to lose the photo as your focal point, of course. So this worked really well for that. I do need to trim my wreath out just a smidge more in order to be able to fit it in there, and then I will slide it right in. Now, one of the reasons I'm always drawn to papers like this is because I know that I'm not going to have to do as much work with it to make it a beautiful layout. There is so much already there that is built in for you that you don't have to spend quite as much time embellishing. So it's really, it really speeds up the process. Yes, you want to do some stuff to make it your own, as I am doing, but you don't have the same amount. Like, I didn't have to make the whole wreath from flowers. It's made for me. Some things that would be cool to add to this that I did not do is I'd love to see like some stitching around the wreath, either hand or machine stitching going all the way around. And I may just do that with my second sheet of this down the road, because I think it would look really pretty and add an extra nice little touch to it. So now I'm going to get to my title. As always, I'm drawn to those foam stickers. Perfect size for titles, so I'm going to use that one right there to just be a vertical title, actually, just because it got lost if I put it horizontally. And so I like the way that looks, and I think it's kind of a soft look, and so doing it that way worked really well. Now, right now, I am sorting through all the different bits and pieces, looking for some things to add in, whether I want to add in butterflies, whether I want to add in a few more flowers, what details do I want to add to this whole thing. And you can see, like, I'm placing some and then deciding, nope, that's not going to work. This is generally how I approach it, especially on one like this where there's already stuff built in. What's going to be a good add-in without being over the top? So flowers didn't feel quite right, but what did feel right was hearts. And so they had these hearts that kind of look like they look like they had stitching, almost like a patchwork pillow kind of heart. And so I pulled those from a couple different places, cardstock stickers, the sticker book, and I put those in 3 different spots to create that visual triangle. You can see I just added another chipboard one there. And the reason I ended up going with these specifically is because they were a different shape. They brought something else to the layout that wasn't already there. And I felt like they were a really nice complement in that respect. Now, this one here has a word on it. I don't really want the word on it. It doesn't fit my actual layout. So what I'm looking for right now is something I can put over that word to cover it up. So what I did is I layered another sticker from the sticker book onto that chipboard to make my own embellishment, a layered embellishment, no less. So again, just adding in those different hearts made for a nice addition to this without going over the top, too busy, or even too vintage and layered, which is just not my particular style. I'm also going to add in just some little 3D foam stickers, little hearts from those. So that is where I got my title from as well. I'm just going to add those in coordinating colors surrounding those clusters that I added into the layout. Although the words on that heart weren't quite right, I do want to get some additional words in here. So I'm looking through the collection right now to determine if there are some words that are appropriate to this layout and where I would place those. And that one, I liked the words, but I didn't like how it fit. This one I do like, and so I am going to stick with this one. And I like that it brings that eye back up to the top of the layout as well. So you can see I'm going to work that in right there up top. And then I'm going to add some enamel dots in a limited amount to my cluster areas and then call it good. So last layout on the creative team for Simple Stories. However, I'm not going away. I'm not disappearing completely. I will still be around. Keep checking in on my channel because there will still be videos coming, even if not as frequently. And maybe once I get into a real routine with my small business, they will be more frequent. But for now, juggling lots of things. So that said, if you'd like to check out my cookie world, I am on Facebook and Instagram as Cookieberg. So you can check that out if you'd like to. And otherwise, keep keeping up with Scrapping with Christine. Keep up with the scrap room. And you know my channel here. So thanks so much, guys. And we will see you again next time.